Pop quiz. What do all of these items have in common? The navy suit, white dress shirt, dark wash denim, a gray crew neck sweater, the classic blazer, leather dress shoes, white sneakers, a white crew neck t-shirt, a black v-neck t-shirt, chinos, a gray hoodie. The answer? Well, actually, there are 3 characteristics all those items share. They're versatile, they're interchangeable, and they are timeless. By versatility, I mean the item can be dressed up, it can be dressed down, it can be worn in a variety of situations. By interchangeability, I mean that item can be worn with multiple other items in your wardrobe. Seriously, the white dress shirt, that dark denim, that v-neck black t-shirt, easy to match with so many other items in your wardrobe. And by timeless, I mean it's free from the whimsical winds of fashion. In 10 years, you can still wear this item and it won't be out of style. Why does this matter? Because you can own less clothing and have a more manageable wardrobe. In turn, with that smaller wardrobe, you could actually get more outfit combinations. And the best part, you're spending less money on clothing you won't wear and investing in pieces that will last you a lifetime. Now, before I dive into the steps to building a timeless wardrobe, I want to lay out quickly the laws of style. And yes, these laws are enforced by the style police. But seriously, gents, I've built thousands of wardrobes over the last decade, and I have found these laws to be indispensable if you want to create a timeless wardrobe that works for you. So if you're tired of struggling putting outfits together, you want to know these. First up, we've got the timeless style equation. Fit times function times fabric equals timeless style. Now, this law is built off the principle of the style pyramid. We've got fit. The rule here is that all the clothing you own should fit your body and work for your body type. Next up, we've got function. This is wearing the right item for the right occasion. Dress codes make this easy, but even if there isn't a dress code, there are always unspoken dress codes. Otherwise, you could show up naked, right? Next up, fabric. This refers to the material and the build quality of the items. You want to buy the best that you can afford. Now, the key to understanding the power of this equation is to look at the multiples and to realize that if you fail in one of these, it can lead to catastrophic failure across the board. So, you may have nailed the fit. You may be wearing a really nice quality, maybe it's great gear, nice tracksuit. But here's the thing, you're required to wear a suit, not a tracksuit. So you failed when it came to the function. So guess what? You get a 0 there. And across the board, your whole style, your outfit gets a 0 because you failed in one of the key components. Next up, we've got the style law of interchangeability. And this allows us to get more out of less. So if you have 4 pairs of shoes, if you have 4 shirts, if you have 4 pairs of trousers, and you have 4 jackets, 16 pieces of clothing. But if they're 100% interchangeable, you have a total of 256 outfits. Understanding this concept alone can transform the way you shop, the way you build your wardrobe, and the number of outfits you're able to get out of it. Now, speaking of interchangeability, I want to introduce you to today's sponsor, Anson Belt & Buckle. Now, gents, I've been talking about Anson Belt & Buckle for over a decade. There's a lot of things I love about them, but one of my favorite parts, the interchangeability. So you've got these 2 straps, you've got these 3 buckles. How many belt combinations here? It's 6. Yes, you can get 6 different belts, and that's what I love about their system, is that you can go in there and depending on what you need, change out the buckle, change out the strap. Next up, let's talk about innovation. Their holeless belt micro adjust system. This allows you to adjust the belt to 1/4 of an inch, and guess what? No holes, no deformation. This happens on a lot of other belts. And if you're ever considering giving these as a gift, what I love is it's a one-size-fit-all. So yeah, if you want to give a gift to your dad, to your brother, if you want to just give it to yourself, check out their box sets. And gents, if you haven't been over to their website for a while, you want to go check out all the different straps, all the new buckle styles. They're constantly coming out with new designs. I love their Premier collection. If you want crocodile, if you want Italian calf skin, they've got you covered with those high-quality straps made in the USA. And if you want to save money, gents, make sure to sign up for their email list. Occasionally, they got flash sales up to 20% off on their email list, and on their text club, up to 30% off on occasion. Quick story, one of you guys wrote me years ago how you cut the strap too short. You reached out to Dave, said, hey, I need to order another strap. I was a dummy. I cut it way too short. My fault. Guess what? Dave just simply sent him a new strap. Why? Because it's a family-run business, and they treat their customers like family. So to get the best deal on the web, use that link, go over and grab the box set. You're going to get 3 buckles, 2 straps, 6 belt combinations. It's perfect when you're traveling. Awesome company, proud to support them. Good friends of mine, and I just love what these guys are doing. Now, this last one isn't really a law. It's more of a theory. The style theory of value, to be exact. Now, the formula works like this. Value is equal to the number of wears times the way it makes you feel divided by the price. In a nutshell, I want you to stop looking at how much an item costs up front and instead look at how many times you're going to wear it, enjoy it, how it makes you feel, and that's the true value. Now let me break out how this works. You're in your mid-20s, you got to get dressed up and wear a suit. So you go for the cheap option, a couple $100, you're able to get it on sale, and you wear it 4 times over the next decade. And every time you wear it, honestly, you don't feel that great about it. Yeah, let's give it a 50 in terms of the way it makes you feel out of 100. So 4 times 50, 200 divided by 200 equals 1. Compare this with that more expensive suit that when you put it on, man, it made you feel like $1,000,000. You decide to splurge on it. You decide to save up for it, $1,000. But guess what? You end up wearing it 50 times over the next decade. And every time you wear it, you feel like you own the room. So 50 times 100 equals 5,000. Divide that by 1,000, you have a value of 5. So on the surface, it may have looked like the $200 suit was the better deal, but when you follow the style theory of value, you see that spending more to get something that makes you feel amazing that you're going to wear more often actually makes more sense in the long run. All right, so you got the laws down. Let's start taking action. First up, evaluate your existing wardrobe. You're going to have 4 piles: love, like, donate, and trash. Items that are beyond repair, worn out, yeah, you need to get rid of. Items that you are unsure of, that you almost don't want to give up, put into the donate box. Seal it up, put the date on it, and if within a year you don't open it up, then you can donate it. Now the love and like, this is going to get interesting. There are certain items that just fit you well. Every time you put them on, you get compliments. Put that over in the love. The like, these are things that maybe fit you, but they don't feel anything about them. They just happen to fill holes in your wardrobe. This is where we're going to want to upgrade. Now speaking of upgrades, let's talk about your essentials. At the very beginning of this video, I talked about having the essentials and why they are so valuable. To reiterate, the essentials are going to be versatile. They're going to be interchangeable. They are going to be timeless. And on that list, you're going to have a navy or charcoal suit, white dress shirts, light blue dress shirts, light blue button downs, dark blue button downs, dark wash denim and chinos, maybe some gray flannel trousers, a gray crew neck sweater, or maybe a gray hoodie, perhaps even a dark blue turtleneck, blazer, or maybe a sports jacket. And if it gets cold in your area, consider a nice overcoat. And if that's too fancy, you're a bit younger, look for a nice pea coat. And if that pea coat's too much, just go for a dark colored puffer jacket. We talked about leather dress shoes, but you could just as easily go for boots if you got a more casual style. And if you do have that more casual style, obviously leather sneakers. You can get them in white, black, or a variety of other colors. I'd also add a few polo shirts to this list and perhaps the Henley. White t-shirts, black t-shirts in a variety of crew necks and v-necks. Now, do you need to own all of these items? Of course not. It really depends on your personal needs, but view these as essential base items. I'll tell you, gents, once you've got your base items covered, you've got that foundation built. It's like on a house. When you've got a strong foundation, it's easy to build a strong house on top of that with the right materials. So you do that with your essentials. You want to make sure that you are loving everything, that it's a good fit. And you want to upgrade, you want to replace certain items so that you're loving everything in your wardrobe. When you do that and you cover those base essentials, we have a strong base to build from. Now, really quick, a special note on interchangeability. Notice most of those base foundational essential items are going to be in neutral colors. That's on purpose because that's going to make it easy to mix and match. If you're enjoying this video, you love the detail we're going into, the formulas, do me a favor and smash the like button. That way I know to create more videos like this. Now at this point, some of you guys are saying, well, this sounds incredibly boring. So let's bring in a bit of flair. Let's bring in a bit of color. Let's have a little bit of fun. Now, a lot of people think with a stylish wardrobe, you need to have all types of patterns, all types of colors. That's not true. Treat color like a spice, just add a little bit. But there are probably certain colors that you have always gravitated towards because you get compliments when you wear it. You look at yourself in the mirror and it works with your hair, with your eyes, with your skin tone. Now, in general, there are 3 types of skin tones out there. There's going to be warm, neutral, and cool. Now, the easiest way to determine your skin tone is to look at your veins. Now, if your veins appear greenish and you got a little bit of a yellowish, golden, or peach undertone, basically you are warm toned. Now, if your veins are blue and your undertones are a bit pinkish, reddish, or bluish, that means you're going to be a cool undertoned person. If you can't tell the difference, you're a mix between the two, then of course you are a neutral. Next up, we want to pay attention to your hair color. So depending on how much contrast we've got between the hair and the skin, and by the way, I am medium contrast. I've got a little bit brownish skin, and then I've got the dark brown hair. If I had black skin and black hair, or light colored skin with light colored hair, that would be a low contrast. Now, based off all that, I'm going to pull up a chart really quick right here. Guys, as you can see, there are certain colors that are going to work for different levels of contrast. On top of that, a really quick tip, is to look at your eye color. Pay attention to it. There's a reason I gravitate towards earth tones because I've got these brown eyes. So I love browns. They just work. If you can mimic that to a small extent, especially if you've got blue eyes, guess what? You can replicate that in pocket squares, small accessories, maybe the color of your shirt. All of a sudden, it's making your eyes pop and people are going to notice. I tell you, gents, if you build your wardrobe following these rules, you'll be able to walk in blindfold, put outfits together, and you will look amazing. All right, so maybe that's pushing it a little bit too much. I can't guarantee, if you put your clothing on backwards that you're going to look good. But guys, if you want more, another great video, check out this one. How to match a dress shirt with jeans. I know a lot of you guys want to mix and match this combination right here. Well, guess what? I got you covered in this video. I show you exactly how to do it and how to look good pulling off this interesting combination, which can work, but you got to know the rules. Boom, that I cover right here.